Hi, welcome to VRCraft by Markcreator. Now, you're probably wondering why don't I just play the actual Minecraft? It's because, first of all, does this world not have sound? Oh, there's no block breaking sounds. Awesome. So you're probably wondering why I'm not playing the actual Minecraft. I have it. It's just I think I mentioned this in another video. I just need to make my character. But before I do any of that, I need to get videos scheduled and set up. So at least I can have something while I'm studying. I'm going to build that base. I'm pretty sure, I don't know which video I talked about it in. Or let's make a revamp version at least. Right now I just gotta clear the ground. So anyway, another talk session with me. So let's begin. So I know in my I wanted to mention this in the ghost video, because I guess I have to post that half messed up video now due to the fact that, oh wait, you can't teleport. Like, what? Goofy. So I wanted to talk about goals. Now, I know I talk a lot, and then I can just drown out my previous point, which is insane. I shouldn't be doing that, especially when I'm trying to be a writer. When it comes to me trying, how do I put this? All right, let's not overthink my brain here. Let's not overload myself. So let's try understanding my goals. All right. So my goals is obviously, well, one, be a content creator. Now, of course, while doing that, I also want to use that power for my personal projects as well, which will soon be shared. It's going to get shared on the channel regardless. I know I talked about it in the Easter egg 2 world. Hopefully I'll get some people that have some interesting opinions, thoughts, maybe some questions I don't mind answering. 2, obviously, is to assist my friends as well, because who doesn't care about their friends, guys? I mean, if you could do something for a friend, would you? Next thing, I guess it's all about me wanting to bring out authenticity. I know people can bring out authenticity in many forms. Heck, even I want to. Even with these talk, I just want to show authenticity, and hopefully, I get to prove it in actual. When a moment does come where I would have to show that I truly mean what I'm saying. I don't know when that will be the case. I mean, I'm only what? As of currently this video, I only have 102 subscribers. So I don't know how much I would have by then this video would come out. Probably not much will change, to be honest. But we'll see. I know when it comes to stuff like this, it's a slow process. I know I shouldn't be talking like numbers matter. Obviously, they don't. I mean, your intellectuality of being a decent person, I believe, is what matters more than what you do. Because obviously, you need that intellectuality for you to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to that, I will of course love to bring in motion. I think my personality is a bit. I don't know. Maybe I underestimate myself. My friends say I have charisma. I don't know about that. When they tell me, I sit there and I'd be like, sorry, I have controller drift, so if I slightly touch my controller, that's bound to happen. When they tell me that, I'd be like, man, that's very nice of them for them to say that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that they're wrong. They probably are right. I probably do have charisma. I just don't know how they can prove whether if that's the case or not. Now, oh, by the way, if you're getting annoyed with the flashing, I guess you could just listen to me in the background or something. This video, I won't be putting anything up. It's mainly just gonna be me talking. So, I don't know what that means. Well, I should know what that means. I don't quite get it. So I would obviously have to look up a lot of things to know what I'm talking about most of the time. And when it comes to charisma, I'm pretty sure it's only good for people that's actually, like, I don't know, good at it. I guess I don't see it until it happens. But I think they just mean like I'm an extrovert, when in reality I don't think. No. Actually, no. I might be an extrovert. I might be. It's not like I can't talk to nobody. I can. It's not hard for me to. And of course, when I start off my introduction, it would be, of course, cringy. When I'm on VRChat, I'll pull out like my bigger avatar, and of course, when I pull it out, it's not really what is that? Random phone call for no reason. When I pull it out, of course, I mess around and joke. They call me the Saturn. Nice to meet you. You know, like that. You know, and it's of course supposed to refer to my character like his Omni King form, the Saturn, Vessel Buddha Chaos, the Saturn, and I'm the strongest kaiju in fiction. You know, that ordeal. You know, some people laugh at that. They actually find it a little funny. I'm glad to entertain. You know, even though I haven't encountered someone in a long time that did what they did back then, which it makes me wonder what was different, because they would always ask me, or maybe because I'm not around that much for people to question it. Like, there were some really funny jokes when I said that. It was like, it's all fun and games till Benson threatened to fire Mordecai and Rigby. I'm like, that's. I was laughing, like, every time I bitch I'm the strongest kaiju in fiction. Like, I always find that funny. I guess it's better than always asking like, well, why would you think that, or well, it's not true, or you know, things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, of course you can easily see that you haven't seen or know what my lore is about. So of course you're not going to believe me. I guess I don't expect you to. But yet when I present my characters or anything of that nature, it gets put into the category. It gets put into the category, which is like, oh, this might actually, on second thought, I think this video might turn into a golden pet peeves. This video actually might turn into a golden pet peeves, bro. Alright. Well, that was not my intention. I mean, we're here now, so I guess I'm gonna have to. Alright. So, I guess I want to talk about never judging a book by its cover. And actually, no, scratch that. I probably should save it for the video. But I'll just say a small thing. I mainly get put into the category with, of course, other individuals that think I made these characters for the wrong fucking reasons. Excuse my language on that. And you know, I hate to fight people about that stuff. You know, I shouldn't need to tell you how my character should be. If that's how you interpret my characters, oh well, right? I still think it. I like my story. I like it in my universe. If I had to put it into an age bracket, I don't know. I guess I will argue mature. I wouldn't say like anyone younger would understand the plot or the story. They'll probably find it boring, if anything. Like genuinely. I don't think the plot for my story is interesting for someone younger to understand. I mean, they might find it cool, especially with like the energy blast, beams, boom, you know, that kind of stuff. I think anyone would find that kind of lit. I mean, that's my inspiration was Dragon Ball, of course. Just like a many few. If I had to recall all my inspirations for why I made Enlightened Rifts, of course it would be Undertale, Dragon Ball. What else? There's so much, and it's captured in. If I remember more, I could probably say it later. But of course, the main thing I most definitely adopted from Dragon Ball was of course, the energy key. But of course, in my story, I transformed it into symbols. The symbols of the neophyte matters. It's important. It's integral to them. Why is that? Well, it's simple. Their symbol is what gives them form. Their symbol is what gives them the need, the power, the energy, the reason why they exist. It's all based around their symbol. The power of symbol is really important, and especially in part 1. I always loved symbols. I adored it. Heck, that's why I got chaos. Like, what's crazy? When my art teacher was telling me or want to show me symbols, I believe around this time, I thought Jevil was awesome when Deltarune first came out. And I always heard a lot about Chaos Disc, like marks in them, and Dementia. It was so interesting. So when my teacher was showing me symbols and stuff, I saw one that stuck out to me. I didn't even know it was from Warhammer, by the way. I would try to describe this image. It was like this bluish background. I know it doesn't help because the sky is obviously blue. There's like this weird alien guy or something in armor that's like draped, and there was like, it had a circle with arrows around it that was like prickly. Obviously it was the chaos symbol. I don't know why it spoke out to me in particular, but I loved it. It felt like something about it just felt special. So of course I put that into thought. I made that symbol integral because I felt like that's literally my entire life. It's chaotic. It goes up. It goes down. It's chaotic emotionally, not good. And so many choices and so many decisions I could have made better. I decided to sit and stay with the chaos. Isn't that crazy? I personally wouldn't prefer anyone else to do that. Especially when you could be in a better position if you actually took the time to go out there and explore and not be inside all day. And that's unfortunately the life I have chosen. So now I'm here today talking. I chose the route that most would actually call the most loser behavior, and was not the smartest, but that's okay. At least I get to leave a memory somewhere, right? At least I get to be heard or known somewhere than just being nowhere, somewhere invisible, where I can't be heard, where I can't be seen, where I guess just invisible. I know I have a lot of friends that I can't say a lot. I know I have a few friends that care about me. I have a few that stuck by me, and I'm pretty sure they appreciate my time, energy, and company. They do love to hang out with me, and honestly, that means a lot to me, more than you think. And that's something that people should never take for granted. Your bonds, your connections, your friendships, they should be important to you. You should always cherish them. I wish the friendships I had previously were better, but they always stuck with so much expectation. You can't be imperfect. You must be perfect. When it got to that point. I felt like I needed to follow what they wanted me to do. Worst mistake ever, by the way. I achieved nothing listening to what they want me to do. I know I mentioned this before, but again, it just left me with disregard. Speaking about it like it's my traumatic experience, but it's been a memorable one at that. A very memorable one, and it made me think about a lot. I always ask, what could I have done to make it better? But I wasn't gonna win anyway, because that one person that I thought was a friend that I shared tears with, connected with, he said the lines that you would think wouldn't be bad. We should hang around popular people more. People that are cooler. Whatever that means. And I'm pretty sure I said, why do we need to do that? I mean, I don't mind hanging out with other people, but why do they have to be cool? If I remember correctly, I don't think he gave me a proper answer to that. But the fact that he said that should have gave me a clear sign that his intentions after were never going to be in my best interest. They were never going to be meaningful. They were never going to be thoughtful. Me being naive and thinking maybe they were saying something right, when all they were doing was just trying to create more holes in hearts. Because they feel like the best solution to everything was to excommunicate the problem. They don't think about the impact after. They don't think about why it could affect somebody. Because they don't have the tolerance. The things that was going on, if I told you, could be fixed with a simple apology. A simple understanding. But even that was too much for people. They keep the issue stuck in their head. I mean, you could argue that I have no right either. I'm currently venting about it. But I'm mainly telling you to inform you that if someone tells you, or whoever's listening to this, if someone tells you they want to be your friend, that they appreciate you, that they care about you, stop and think first. Make sure what they're saying is the truth. Because people can say anything to you to make you lose your guard, to make you think otherwise. And that's what happened to me. Bro, I thought I thought I even had a good relationship too. But I guess I should have noticed that was a lie the moment they decided to be the opposition, which is something your partner should never do. When they wanted to keep their quote-unquote bonds over your relationship, I think it kind of tells you what it is. When they don't feel like they have no need to defend you, don't waste your time. Sometimes I be telling myself, do I even need to say any of this? It feels stupid, having to say it. I shouldn't need to say it. Honestly, I think it makes me look silly. But I think people have said a lot of silly things in life. And I guess that turns back to the ultimate question of why I stopped caring a long time ago. Who cares? Because, well, if people didn't care, why do you choose to listen? Why do you choose to give it the time of day? This is a lot of thought for a Minecraft world. Talking openly to myself. I said Minecraft world. VRCraft world. Talking openly to myself. Feelings that I don't want to express to my own friends. Is that strange? I think it is. You would think this is something you would talk to a friend about. You would confide to. But I feel like me doing that would just... I wouldn't say inconsiderate, because I know all my friends have my best interests at heart. Sometimes I wonder if it's for the right reasons. But that's not something I should be focused on or worried about. I trust them. I believe in them, and they've done so much for me, so why not help them? Now, I know I do a lot for them already. I help them with avatars. I even texture them some. And I'm sure they appreciate it a lot. If they need to know something about avatars, I'm their guy. I'm not the best avatar creator, but I know a couple things. Especially about texture work and Unity stuff. For VRChat, of course. I don't know the basic Unity, but I am glad to be there to help. And I'm glad to be their friend. Is it weird that I kind of see myself the leader of that friend group? Well, I know I don't talk about my friend group much. Especially that I don't think I really have to. No, I do, but no one doesn't know what that looks like. You're only hearing my point of view. And I guess that's where it leaves at that. It's just... I guess all that's left is, in the end, am I telling you what you think you believe? Every word that I say, anyone says really, can be lifted up in the air for interpretation. But I'm not someone that want to tell people a lie. I wish I knew the answers. I wish I understood the answers. But then again, if you have the answers, if you had the answer to everything, then there wouldn't be nothing you wouldn't know, and it would be sad. It's almost like being alone. Knowing what's around the corner it's gonna suck. That's why I was thinking that maybe I should take the time, sit back, relax, wonder and believe. Only hope. Keep doing what I'm doing right now. Hope things will get better over time. I wouldn't say this is the brightest talk session I've had so far. After all, the internet does not know I'm capable of yet. And I just hope that I don't disappoint. There's so much I want to talk about. So much about myself. I don't even know where to begin. Who would have thought looking at furry that passed away gave me the inspiration to just want to be open. I mean, I intended to be open, but it feels nice just wanting to, I guess, share about myself to anyone that come across these, wanting to give some form of advice, even if it's not the greatest. Want people to have hope in themselves, believe in themselves, but you gotta have a limit so you don't let the ego blow over. That's why I always find it strange when someone says when their friend becomes a popular individual, they switch. You know, I seen it real time. I even mentioned the guy a little bit on this channel. It sucks when you become so popular, and if the wrong person gets that popularity, they can get away with a lot of things. So much so that they can practically lie on your name. And what does your friends do? Oh, I guess that's understandable. Like, what? By the way, that's a current event happening. Gosh, bro, I don't understand that. I just don't. Like, every time I would have to express to another person, another friend, another individual. Mainly, I haven't been talking to nobody. I've mainly been just working on these videos, trying to, I guess, go in the back of my head and reach something from out there and just talk. It's very interesting. I probably should play Spyro. I couldn't even play Spyro for a while because I found out that I had to update my drivers. The little NVIDIA thing. I did not think NVIDIA would affect a game. Good to know. I guess Spyro Trilogy is too high quality for my PC. But I'll be returning back to that. I upload should be coming after this video. Then I still gotta do the virtual furry museum thing. A whole bunch of interesting knowledge for us to learn and turn back onto. Just in case it somehow disappears. Then again, I don't think it's gonna disappear because last time I checked, I'm pretty sure Sotolo had like this like long discussion with VRC about getting the world up. Apparently the process is annoying, which if that's the case, they gotta change how that works, because I don't think that makes a lick of sense. Like, imagine wanting to make a world and then you want to put it up, but then it could be halted by people's opinions on where art and history should be. Yeah, I know, it sounds a little silly. Suddenly everyone wants to be the gatekeeper of art and history. I think it's a part of our history that we should never show. Like, bro, what? Stop. Just stop. I believe we all have our ability to have restraint. Have restraint, having dignity. Now, some people might say, well, I mean, aren't you cosplaying as a character online? Well, no. Me talking now is not cosplaying. Do I have a Sona? Yeah. it's mainly when I talk to people, it's like a little. They call me the Saturn, you know. And that's probably the only thing that's really people's gonna get. Just that. Unless they want to learn more about my lore, which is a long list. But that shouldn't change nobody's thoughts or feelings or perspective on anything. If it does, well, I think we're gonna need an evaluation check going on here, because I can't quite understand the hate towards anybody, any group, any person, especially when they just want to be open. The power of words are extremely strong, and each of us can say whatever. I do think that we probably should be careful on the words that we use, as it can hurt other people. I know people don't care about that, especially people online, but best to avoid not to stoop. Well, unless you're being satirical, I guess. I seen some like discussions of people that's like so satirical, but of course my position of where I stand is low, so I don't know how I would act when I'm in a higher position. I just know that it's best that I should be more responsible, because I genuinely don't know what type of impact I can have in the future. As much as I want to sit there and believe that my words won't have impact, I know it may, it could, it might. I've seen people that do great things that have like big audiences, and their words just sway. Good, it could be good or bad. People will listen to it, and I think that's awesome. How do people like that use that influence? I did say it can be used for good or bad. Me personally, I don't want to use mine for any bad nature thing. Then again, who knows people sit here still trying to process what can be good or what can be bad, which is interesting. I think you should know what is crossing a line. I think I don't need to explain, hey buddy, you're crossing a line there, you know. If you're going out your way to send your influence to attack someone, where do I even begin? Where do I even begin? And let's be honest, I know some people like to flash this please don't target or harass anybody warning, which is like, to me that's like very interesting that they have that, knowing full well regardless if you put that warning up, they're gonna catch the heat. Someone's catching the heat. I found that one a little funny. But I put the warning up. There's no proof that my audience blah 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 blah. Right. What fallacy line is this? This is an uneven build, by the way. It's cool. I could probably like make this like part like some sort of like core area or something. So I don't know what's gonna happen when that is ever my time, if that does become my time. Genuinely, I just know that I should most definitely use the influence for right reasons, at least that I believe are necessary. Because at a certain point, things will be way bigger than what it seems. Does this mean I'm about to sit here and pretend that I gotta care about PR? Yeah, no. I might just flat out just drop a bombshell and call it a day. I like to be honest. I don't see how people can again, I don't understand it yet. I don't understand what it means to have so much influence to the point where like it can get you lit up by like other people. Like I genuinely don't know what it means yet. So I'm not too sure. Like I'm genuinely not too sure. Heck, I think even me talking now, like I could just sit here and just be like, just talk, because that's mainly what I want to do. Realistically, just talk about myself mainly. And I bet even that's like the worst thing you could do. He's talking about himself, guys. We can't have that. Hence why I don't want to talk about like nothing like crazy or big. Just mainly I guess stuff involved like things around me. And I guess if I guess if like I don't know, something crazy or big happens around me is probably the only time I'll be opening my lips. That's when the gum starts, you know, flappy. I have an opinion. Yeah, I'll get in line with the rest of the internet, buddy. Everybody has an opinion. Oh my gosh. But I guess really think about it. How do you want to live as a person? Do you want to inspire the people? Do you want to live amongst yourself? Would you like to shine a light on someone's day? Heck, I would love to. If I had the power to shine a light on someone's day, I really fucking would. I would mostly prefer it to people that seem like they deserve it. But sometimes you gotta sit there and wonder. You know, everybody deserves something. Realistically, no one's born evil. It's the world that makes them evil. Is that an honest way of saying it? I'm not even sure myself. I don't even know where to even begin with that. Mutual feelings are important. As much people want to laugh at that, I guess. I don't think it's really something to laugh at personally. Because I'm pretty sure you want your feelings to matter, right? Everybody wants their feelings to matter. Everybody wants to say their piece. Everybody wants to tell or share their story. which I personally believe there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, props to you. Make your life, your dream worthwhile. That's what I'd say. I've seen so many things, at least online, that have been an eye-opener. I would say it probably awakens me today. And yeah, I can't bring myself other than to just do what I think is okay. So what if someone thinks I'm cringy? So what if someone thinks I'm weird? I'm proud of it. Proud to be a furry. Heck, as much as I complain about the subculture, I'm proud to be a fat fur. I'm proud of everybody in this community. Heck, I can't wait to meet some actual interesting people within it. I know I mainly stick to myself. I could probably meet some more fascinating people if I just give it a shot. But I don't think VRChat is the place for me to do that. I'll create my stuff and of course go to public assistance with like friends and such. I'm gonna do everything on VRChat until VRChat this is too adult worthy. We can't have this here. And they well when they cook my shit is when I'm like, alright, I'll move. You know, because normally I don't be caring about that sort of thing. Created a platform where everybody can create and make what they want, right? Have good times, have great memories, have good laughs. Why not let us enjoy it? But I guess I also got to understand that VRChat can't operate without money, so they have to do this. They have to. It's integral to their, I guess, pockets. They keep saying they don't make as much because of. Well, they don't say why they don't. They just keep mentioning because like the proof is with the their system. Like when they release these like age verification systems, they keep talking like they can't like maintain it or whatever. Which I find that is a joke. But they probably are being serious. It's just hard for me to believe that it's serious. Because VRChat has been out for a long time. And I know they started recently, ever since their like EAC thing. I wasn't there for that. Apparently it was fun before they put out this EAC stuff. They started putting on like of course their subscriptions. I'm not sure if it's been there. I think it has been there for quite a while actually. But they put a lot of useful stuff behind the subscriptions, which again, it's VRChat can do what they want. It's their thing. I just think it's a little stupid. They're putting some, I don't know, basic quality of life, like, I don't know, a photo print camera behind a paywall. Does that need to be behind a paywall? A photo print camera? Are we serious? Even the basic features of using a drone. behind a wall. So we gotta struggle with our little camera. Acting like that drone is not an excuse to spy on people. Don't get me wrong, they gave you the option to disable it or whatever. You can disable the drones. I mean, yeah, we can disable the drones, alright. I'm gonna sit here and act like we can't disable them. And it makes me question and wonder why such good things that are useful is locked behind something. Which I don't think I need a specific answer for that. Obviously they just want money in their pockets. And what's their way to do it? Pay wallet. Cha-ching. Maybe which I don't think I ever will. If I do, oh my god. I'm gonna do a lot of studying. If I, for some reason, I don't know what it would be either. If I run a business, then I guess I could understand, right? I'm just talking from a perspective as like a consumer. So of course I don't know the answer to anything. As much as I want to pretend that I do. Oh, my favorite music just is on stall. Alright, but yeah, no, I just can't quite grasp it as much as I want to. And I guess that's just the reality of it, you know? Now, I could just leave it as, well, who cares about that? There's other things in life to worry about. True. That's true. My mind would default back to like, hey, you got other people that matter, and you have other people to be worried about, be happy for. And honestly, I think that's great. It's just unfortunate those you would share things with, share a connection with, bond with, they can't always be there. They have their own things to worry about. They have their own stories to tell. I personally believe friendship shouldn't really end there. For some reason, it qualifies people to do that. I find that some strange way of thinking. Like, for example, there's a friend I haven't talked to in so long. And then when I finally started talking to them again, they were surprised that I was being nice, which I'm like, I'm sitting there like, why would I not be? You know, like, why would I not be nice? I don't recall them doing anything to me, so I don't see why I would be disrespectful in the slightest. But it's because I haven't talked to them in a while is why. Which, do I, come on now. Just because you haven't talked to someone in a while does not mean that they don't like you. I know that happens. It happened to me literally. It literally happened to me. For some reason, when someone doesn't talk to you, you are given the mad disrespect. It's like someone hurt their soul or something, or they make it seem like you did something when you didn't. I don't get why tarnish something. Why tarnish something that was doing decent? Why ruin something that was just fine? I know there's like some people online that like, you know, I used to be friends with someone that like, and I will admit, when I was like what, 18 or 19, I forgot what age, I did the same thing. When I didn't talk to people, I would unfriend them. But then I thought to myself, how goofy that was. Now, to other people, they'd be like, what? Why would that be goofy? You don't talk to these people. But you don't know who will come see you. You don't know who will stop by to say hi. Even if it's like a year, who knows? They might want to, you know, come check in and say hi to you. Realistically, you guys were friends for a reason. You have each other added for a reason. So why not give it the chance until you meet them? There should never be a reason why someone deserves disrespect, even if you barely know them. It's because you're not giving it the chance for you to get to know them. It just leads me to think that you're just disrespectful. Okay, so you want to clear your friends list. Well, if you're going to clear it, at least clear it to fake people. Or at least you think that could be or probably knowingly is fake. I don't think you should just clear it just cause. You don't know who could be a good friend on your list. And I can't believe I thought that was an okay mindset to do. Because think of it like this. Imagine you are friends with someone. Y'all talked one time. And then you sitting there looking at that contact like, I haven't talked to this guy in months. Instead of going to say hi or saying what's good, you just unfriend them. Okay. Now, let's be real. This shouldn't affect nobody. If you think that, okay. I'm not even mad with that. I'm not even mad with that mindset. You guys barely talked. Y'all talked one time. I think it's a different story if you guys actually had a good conversation and one person is thinking like, oh, I think we all right, while you sitting there thinking, I don't know, and it feels so one-sided. And then you would be surprised when that same person look at you like they just got their feelings hurt. Rightfully so. But I guess I can see the argument of chances like that are low or whatever. Which, I guess, dude. But you genuinely don't know what you're missing out on. That's what I mean by missing out. You don't know what you're missing out on when it comes to meeting new people. That person that you probably talked to one time could be the most amazing person you would love to be talking to. And you won't know that. Why? Because you decided to let them go instead of like going to say hi or remind yourself who they are. Do I go on my friends list and go see people that unfortunately no, because I'm always doing other stuff. I do avatar texture and things like that. I know I had to like fight with somebody before about that. Like, I have no ill will against people. That's not my that's not my thing. You know, unless you actually did something to me, I personally have no issue with you, or anybody for that matter. It's just all about a matter of respect. Of course, if you're gonna talk crazy about me and I'm friends with you, okay, I'm going to say something. If you talk crazy about me and I'm not friends with you, do not expect me to be cool. I think that sounds completely reasonable. Call that soft, call that whatever you want. But genuinely, I didn't ask for the disrespect. Neither did you. So, you know the saying goes, treat people how you want to be treated. I know we don't. I know we don't bring that up no more. Hey, I shouldn't be hearing no scenario people want to be treated like some. Oh boy, but yeah. Oh, okay, flow right down like yeah. This inside is like empty. I don't know what block to make this have a little life. This is not about to make sense, but bear with me. 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 Bear with me for a minute. I just can't wait for the day where I get to have the moment to have a good time spending it with people. Because, well, I can't do it with nothing. Once I get good at this YouTube career stuff, I can actually be helpful and share experiences a lot better. But I keep only sharing what I got off the top of my head, which I personally think is better than nothing. But I think that's what most of us are like, sharing things on top of our head. It's rare times where we get to talk and express how we feel, and because no one's not superhuman. You can't keep those feelings inside. They have to go somewhere. This video about me look like I'm a walking mess. But I do try to be happy when my friends are happy. Isn't all that matters? You and your people are happy. You should always be grateful for what you got and what you have. I know some people can take that for granted nowadays. Some people might feel more entitled to what they have. I met a lot of those. The one thing I could never understand. Don't ask me why is there lava next to wood. The one thing I don't understand is why I always gotta fight for my coexistence with other people. How do I put this? So I came from no, I know I came from. If I could tell you my VRChat experience from 0 to 100. I don't even know where to begin. Like I just don't. Like I genuinely just don't. Well, okay, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I do know where to start. There's just, it was an experience. Xbox friend, OG best friend, met avatar creator. I thought was, I think it's cool. And by the way, most of these friends I had a falling out with, but then we came back together because I don't know what it was. Like, you know how when you lose some friends and then you think like, you start thinking like you messed up somewhere, but then those same people would come back to you because they've seen things that remind you of them, or it's like they had a change of heart, and it's just like, now I can easily accept that now, right? I can easily accept that now. Which, if there's people that still want to, I guess, take the opportunity, I'm willing to listen to that right now, right? And that's the only time I will. But I would be a little annoyed if I was in a better and happier position, and then all of a sudden, these same people that sat there, they did nothing but disrespect me, insult me, and lied on my name, all of a sudden want to be cool. I don't think I'm willing to. They're gonna have to do a whole lot more. They're gonna have to. I don't know about everybody else. I can't do that. You're not about to sit there, lie on my name, and insult me. Then you want to be friends again when like someone's in a better state. Like, it don't make sense. Like, I met some people that I thought were genuinely cool, but at the same time they were, I don't know what it was. It's like they act like life is perfect. I'll just leave it as not real friends. That's the best way I can summarize it. That is genuinely the best way I can summarize that whole thing. I know some people want to sit here and be like, "Oh, there is no real friends on the internet. That's not real. It's always been fake." Brother, I don't know what world you live in to think that you can't have a real, genuine connection with somebody online. Unless I believe that it's not possible if they're not trying to make it possible. If the person is genuinely trying not to make it possible, oh yeah, you're right. You cannot have a genuine connection. They're pretty much making it impossible for you to have one. Which, it shouldn't work like that. Why are you here? For your own entertainment value? I always tell people that there's weirdly two sides to the internet right now. My personal thing is, there's people that come on here for connections. They want to build trust, and they want to build friendship. While there's also other people that just want to benefit. Now, I think you know which side I don't like. I've been talking for quite a while. I think you obviously know which side I don't like. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like these people that also want connections don't dabble on the other side, or the people that does like want benefits don't dabble on the other side. You can dabble a little bit on the other side. That's not impossible. It's possible. People can do that. I just say just don't be fake. I am not a big fan of people who are fake. That will forever be stressed onto my mind, my conscience. Like, what are you doing? Stop it. You know. I wish I could understand more, but I think even that would drive me nuts. It's like trying to understand something that you don't like. Does that mean you have to despise it? No, of course not. That's not what I'm saying. If there's something you don't understand, well, you leave it alone. But I think it's a little contradictory to what I said earlier. It's always important to keep your thoughts together. It's always important to make sure that you are comfortable, you are in a safe space. I understand that. I always found that a little strange at first. Heck, it didn't change me. It didn't change me too much. I mean, after all, I'm always still open to talk with people. I'm always down to make friends with people. That has not left the quality of me at all. As much as other people want to sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm satisfied with my group and what I got now." You know. Slowly I'm letting the things that shouldn't bother me, that bother me, slowly not bother me. For example, I think we all had that one moment where your friend would introduce a friend, y'all say hi, but then when you're doing your thing, that person that you're now friends with, they join off of you because they think that their friend is there where you're at. So they're not there for you, they're there for the friend, which is like, I know that pisses anybody off. That sure did piss me off. Sure did piss me off. I got used to it, however, right? Because I was taught to be flexible. I may eventually get to know them later. I may not, and that's perfectly fine. But feelings will just stay neutral until I do get to know them. It should never dive into disrespect or disregard just because they haven't talked to you. That just makes you look extremely petty. And it may not be a good first impression, or at least a good next impression. You should always do your best to make sure your time, your energy, and your format is always neutral when it comes to meeting new people. That's why when I talk to people, I'm polite. I'm gonna be very polite. I don't think there's nothing wrong with trying to give a good first impression. Sometimes though, I don't do that. I would just be like, I cook. Then again, we already said what my first impression was. They called me the Saturn. I'm strongest kaiju in fiction. That's literally my first impression. If you somehow can't handle that, I'm glad we aren't talking. A little goofy. I don't like this guy. He seems like a narcissist. I don't know where in my words did that came out as narcissistic. But cook. Cook, brother. people is mind warped. I do want to break the bounds. Actually, you know what's crazy? I will talk about fat furs on VR for a little bit right now. Earlier I was like trying to think that when let me stop calling him a jerkwad. I guess I'll call him by his name. When that man Lars sat there confidently talking about the fact that he doesn't want to be a fat fur publicly, it just told me like, bro, that means you was in this for the wrong reasons. And my buddy Jack didn't bring back up his world yet. So I guess they don't want to risk anything when it comes to VRChat. I believe I probably expressed in that same video in the Easter egg hunt world that obviously I don't care about none of that. I'm gonna put my stuff up because, of course, I want people to know about Enlightened Rifts. If VRChat deems that as too sexual or something, box. We finna box. What are you talking about? Right now I'm preparing. I guess I'm preparing for it. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the fat furs. I was making a joke earlier, like, I sat there and was like, I'm about to be the next determined one, bro. See, Chaos Atlas, you can't give up now. You're the future of the fat furs. Stay enlightened with love. Oh gosh. I was making fun of like the I was parodying, not making fun, sorry. I was parodying off like the Asgore being like, human, you are the future of humans and monsters. Stay determined. And you know, like I'm all about enlightenment and stuff. So it's like, Chaos Atlas, you must stay enlightened and with love. I plan to make the Buddha Mansion from part 2. I still want to remake my whole Avatar world first. So you're about to see like when that happens, you're gonna see like the portion of my vision when it came to the Sky faction. So y'all know what the Buddha Mansion looks like. I'll just port that version over. Because I believe I'm gonna have the Buddha Mansion for Versinder / Side Elmarian, which is a whole nother character. I think that'll be pretty lit. And then I guess my subculture brethren, if they want to use the world, they can. Because most of the Buddhas in Enlightened Rifts are, well, they're going to be chubby or fat anyway. Hopefully no one don't got a problem with that. I mean, they're like that for a reason. They are set like that for a reason. But I know there's going to be someone that's going to make that excuse. And just like I said in my server, I am not Lars nor Dragon Jack. I am not about to let nobody push me around. I'm not going to let nobody... I don't care about none of that. I don't care what somebody got to say. I don't care about your opinion. Alright? When it comes to that, unless there's something in that world that I got to fix or optimize, that's the only thing I'm listening to. If you tell me to remove, change, or anything like, I'm not listening. Brother, I'm not listening. I am not listening. And there's a reason why I'm not, because see, I'm making things accurate to a story. Y'all don't care if any other media has questionable shit in it. Why can't my media that I'm working on have my questionable shit in it? Sorry. Excuse my language. But I think you can tell where the passion in me just drops, like it just comes right out, and I genuinely can't stop it. But you can see why I'm not willing to stand for none of that. Not but to let these right, morally righteous people in this subculture sway me, right? Because that's literally what this is. They want to pretend to be morally righteous for the good looks of whoever is a part of the subculture, and I don't care about none of that. My stuff ain't harming nobody. If you feel like it harming you, I don't know why you're in the vicinity. Get out. That's my honest opinion. Just get out. I take my project seriously. Yeah, I'm only on the first chapter because I want to keep making characters, writing short stories, potential what ifs, and I honestly can't wait to read that on this channel. I can't even stop talking about it too. It's just, I just love it. Every single character, every single storyline I make. Yet, people that can't imagine like I can't want to insult it or chalk it down to what they believe what it should be. Like, okay, king of closed minded, I got you. No, I didn't make this just for you to sit there and talk crazy. That never was it. Genuinely never was it. Let me make this the last layer of the build. So I guess I'll talk a little bit longer. Well, I'll talk till this is finished since I'm at the near end of this. So we all make and meet interesting people. A lot of us inspire people. Heck, I didn't even know I inspire people. I think it was like 2 occasions where I met like some individuals that were like inspired, like this. Oh, I really like your work. You inspired me. I was like, oh, thank you. It's really enlightening to see something different than just hear people got mixed feelings about me or something like that. It's to actually see that you actually make an impact on somebody. It makes you want to be you and be free, and you're not locked behind a shadow or somebody's shackles. That should never be you. That shouldn't be anybody. Art is beautiful. There's good art. I can't even sit here and say there's bad art. There's some questionable ones. I'm not gonna sit here and say there's. I'm not gonna sit here and say I like every single art piece. If I did, I'd be lying. But I can't put that. I can't sit here and say that's something I should be judging. You know what I'm saying? People can say anything about any piece of art, and of course, people who do art should be able to understand that better than people that don't. But I guess even they want to pretend to play Mr. or Mrs. Goody, if you know what I mean by that. You gotta appeal to everybody else. You can't be your own person. You can't have a different opinion. You gotta look good for others. I can't wait to see how I'm gonna turn out in the future. I hope I become someone looks up to. Become someone I inspire somebody. I mean, I know I just got to say I inspire some people already, but I want to inspire more. And that's, I believe, how it should be. That's how life has always been. You don't learn from nothing. You learn from someone and something. You could probably argue that that person's a good influence. You could probably argue that someone's a bad influence. But you won't know unless you see it for yourself, or at least try to understand. I guess as I'm at the closing point, I guess I got to talk about something a little bit controversial, sort of. So, but if you are honest with yourself, if you are a true honest person, then I'm pretty sure, well, whoever's listening, I'm pretty sure you can understand that you are your own maker. And there's a lot of things you can see. There's a lot of things you can choose to open your eyes to. There's a lot of things that you can ignore if you want to. And when it comes to that, I think personally, you should always think at a right time, think bigger than you. You know how people want us to be representative? Well, everything you do will also represent yourself. I know that should be obvious. I don't think you need I don't think you need me to say that, but you should represent yourself and make yourself happy in your own way. A lot of people will inspire you, even from different age groups. Now, me personally, if you're an NSFW creator, I think you should stay in your lane. No hate, right? No hate. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, like, how do I put this? It's not that if you're a content creator in general, you're a representative of what you make. You will be. Do I think you should be reprehended for doing so? No. If someone doesn't like the content they're watching or seeing, turn away, obviously. But then there's creators that are like me that get roped in the bunch with the people that obviously do their things in a different representative manner. Now, throughout my time on the internet, you're probably wondering, where am I getting to the point with this conversation? I think everybody should be allowed to express themselves as long as it's harmless in an area. They should be allowed to. And that's only because I think that's the case due to the fact of we all come from different angles. we all see the vision differently. I personally think it's a beautiful aspect. You will be surprised by the people you inspire. You might inspire people from your age group or people older than you. I mean, after all, you won't know until it happens. So, I guess the point I'm trying to make is if you see someone trying to fit in, if you see someone wanting to take part, as long as it's harmless, don't judge them. And that goes for anybody. No one shouldn't feel ridiculed. No one shouldn't feel like they shouldn't be a part of anything. Everyone comes together in their own way. And I genuinely think it's beautiful that that is the case. Alright. Well, I did it. Well, I finished the base. This is not how I intended it to be, but it's finished. I guess at the end screen, before I reach the end screen, I guess I'll show like view of like each point of view of the base before it hits the end screen. So by this time, you should tune in and check it out if you have just been listening the whole time. But it's been a while to build this up. Hey, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. If you want, I guess, like and subscribe if you want to see what I do in the future anyway. I mean, after all, I do love talking, so have a good night. And remember, be welcoming, okay?